Hello, Ben.
How are you?
Good. Ben, you just came off the stage, the Sonic stage, right over there.
Just came off the solar stage.
The solar stage.
I left the stage, and Bobby Kennedy was walking up to speak.
Tell us, for people who don't know, about how you got to Bonnaroo and the journey you took to get here, which is a really great story.
Last Thursday, a week ago, I hopped on an extra cycle, which is an extended frame bicycle, and spent a week riding down here doing shows along the way. Did 346 miles to raise awareness for Oxfam America.
That's really good.
And the extra cycle technology. So had the cello case on the side with all the equipment, about 60 pounds of stuff.
When you decided to do this, what was the inspiration to put this thing together?
As musicians, we get so caught up in this type of touring where we're using planes, trains, and automobiles to jump across the ocean to do one gig and come back and then drive down the coast and do another. And it's just the pace of the work is just almost inhuman, and you sort of lose touch with where you are and who you're playing for. And so by introducing the bike, you introduce a beautiful limitation. You can only go so far. You only have so much energy as your body's willing to give. And so you hit little places along the way, play smaller venues, and really feel where you're at again. So it's really about localizing touring.
So this is the first time you've done something like this?
Absolutely. My first bike ride before this was maybe 8 miles long.
Another thing that's interesting that you have coming up, you're working on music with Jim James.
I've got a CD coming out hopefully this fall with Jim James from My Morning Jacket and Daniel Martin Moore to raise awareness about mountaintop removal coal mining.
Okay.
It's a type of coal mining where they use explosives to remove the top of the mountain, and the overburden goes into the valleys below, which usually blocks off headwaters to streams. And then they can very efficiently dig out the coal, but at great expense to the land and the humans around there.
Right. And this is, I had a question earlier for another band. We had some fans asking questions in the audience, and they asked whether they write music based on just what they feel or on social causes. And it sounds like you're doing a little bit of both. Like you're writing music, that you want to do to express yourself, but also there's a message behind it as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's two sides of it. As artists, we have our just regular daily living lives, which we can choose to live in whatever manner, and then we have our artistic lives where we create art. Now, both of those lives inform of each other. Our artistic lives run us into all these different scenarios, which informs our living lives, and then our living lives inform what we want to write about and what we do. So my living life is a very socially active life, and I think that informs my music, but I try not to write messages into my music.
Right.
It's much more about expressing an emotion about how I feel about something, and not, here's an issue, here's what I think about it, go do something about it.
Gotcha. So what's next for you for the summer? Are you doing any more bike tours or regular tours this summer?
So far, regular tours for the rest of the summer, which means by car, and I've got a festival in Shikori Hills, North Carolina next weekend called Mountain Aid that I'm sharing the stage with Kathy Mattea and Donna and the Buffalo.
Very cool.
Raise money for Marsh Fork Elementary and the Pennies for Promise campaign.
Awesome. Excellent. Yeah. So I know you really want to go back and see Bobby Kennedy, so I don't want to keep you too long. We got a question or two.
All right, hit me.
Questions from Steph. Is Steph here? There's Steph.
Hi, Steph.
Will you be riding your bike home or someone picking you up?
There's a cargo van coming to pick up the bikes because the other two people that rode with me had to leave to go back to California. So I have to find some way to haul all the other bikes back up to Kentucky.
Yeah. Do they have special bike parking for you here at the festival?
Actually, it's very funny. Once we pulled into the festival grounds, they had to put the bikes into a cargo van and haul them to our campsite because bikes are not allowed on the property. So we rode all the way here and then had to put them in a vehicle.
Cool, man. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Peter.
Much
Thanks.
Appreciated. And a really great cause that you're taking on the road, and I'm very cool to share that with people. So thanks so much.
Thanks.
Awesome. And thanks to Ben.
Take care, everybody.